For this video, we will be looking at HIV stigma and how it affects different populations, specifically in the United States and in Uganda. Stigma exists worldwide, but the extent to which HIV stigma is experienced by people living with HIV varies considerably. Stigma has been seen to be an obstacle to HIV testing, the disclosure of HIV status, and it has been seen to aggravate mental health problems and reduce the quality of life of a person living with HIV. In 2010, data was collected from Uganda, where the International HIV and AIDS Alliance established their Networks project, which is meant to increase access to a comprehensive continuum of HIV services. Interviews and group discussions were conducted with people living with HIV, their family members, and health providers. Members who were HIV positive participated in group activities that included providing community education and performing HIV sensitization campaigns aimed at their community. The results showed that their interaction played a huge role in the decline of stigma. When people living with HIV participated in income-generating activities, they were no longer perceived as draining community resources, but instead they were seen as making a contribution to them. In Uganda, HIV-related stigma can be associated with poverty and gender. The study found that men had a harder time joining discussion groups because of the societal expectations placed upon them. Participants agreed that the group activities had positive impact on both self-stigma and stigma in the community, and that high levels of interaction and proximity between people with HIV and their communities can significantly reduce stigma. The blog post that I found looked at stigma and HIV awareness in the United States, and it said that of the estimated 1.2 million Americans who have HIV, only 86% are aware of their status. It also pointed out that there are significant health disparities related to both race and age. It introduced a girl named Mary Bowman, who is an activist and AIDS survivor. She also performs spoken word and bases her poetry on her living with her mother, who passed away in 1992 because of complications with her disease. She was drawn to Ryan White, who was an Indiana teen who was expelled from school in the 1980s because of his illness. When she announced her illness, people began shunning her because of her disease, so she stopped telling people. And now she advocates for people to be aware of HIV in their communities and also not to stigmatize the people who are trying to receive treatment in any way, because it really can destroy them. There's also an app created by AIDS.gov called Facing AIDS. It's supposed to increase awareness and reduce stigma, where it's you take a picture and you write a small description of why you're facing AIDS and raising awareness, and then your picture is posted with a small shot of your reason to social media websites like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, and Vine. It's supposed to involve the community more and encourage discussions between people who live with HIV and those who do not, so that their ideas can be expressed in a creative way.